Hey guys. So my intention in doing this live today is twofold. I really feel guided to speak to some things that have been showing up for me that I really feel others could benefit from hearing. And I also want to set the intention that the right people, the people that need to hear anything that comes through today, that they will find this video and hopefully it will be helpful. And I also wanted to guide you through a practice, embodied practice at the end. And so I'm going to just speak for a moment about innocence and then kind of to set the stage for an embodied therapeutic practice that you can do if you're sitting somewhere. It's not, I'll be doing it seated, but I will be guiding you through some exercises that if you want to stand and make some bigger movements, that you can do that. So whoever's watching now, if you're in a space that you can participate in that way, that's great. And if not, come back, watch it later, or anyone that watches this later, I hope that it will be helpful. So thank you for watching. And again, my intention is to share messages that I feel would be relevant and helpful for others. So if this resonates, wonderful. Some messages that have been coming through that I've been noticing with clients, but also with myself and then others in my community, is this longing for innocence. I see it so clearly in this duality that's playing out currently, where we're falling back into right, wrong lenses of this is right, this is wrong, this is the enemy, this person's dangerous. You know, we're falling into those traps of duality. And in my opinion, that is happening because we're actively working through this wound around having it be that way, having to choose a side. And I believe that we're actually helping one another without really knowing it. So we're helping each other play out these roles, if you will, these archetypes. So Carl Jung talks about archetypes, and I draw a little picture of a triangle, right? So in each corner, there's a different archetype. I call this the drama triangle, and it's the villain, the victim, and the hero. And each one plays its role. And not only are these archetypes playing themselves out within us, but they're also being played out in the people around us. And so the people that trigger us are oftentimes just mirroring back to us something within ourselves that needs our attention. And so this is really part of the modality that I use when we're looking at healing this bigger collective wound of duality, is we're moving into oneness, or hopefully that's the trajectory. We're moving into unity consciousness, but in order to do that, it's really, really painful because the duality is so strong and we can see it so clearly now. And there's such a pull to choose a side and to divide, right? And so to me, it's kind of like that, it's like a healing crisis where they talk about it gets worse before it gets better. That happens in therapy, but it happens also in healthcare. You know, it's part of the holistic healthcare system. Oftentimes symptoms get worse before it gets better. And to me, that's a lot of what's happening right now, is it's really, really clear, and it's playing itself out on life's stage so clearly for us to see it. And so it's really up to us to discern what is true for us and to be neutral. I can't stress this enough. Neutrality and innocence are so key right now. I believe this is the medicine that we are needing, is embodying our innocence, and then also seeing the innocence in others, in everyone outside of us. So as a therapist, what I have learned over the years of training and doing private practice and also embodied work is people ultimately want to come back to their sovereign inner child. Sovereign doesn't mean you get to do whatever you want. Sovereign ultimately means innocence. And that means there's no guilt, there's no shame, there's really no place, and it's not personal. And so if we can start to embody that place of neutrality and innocence as we watch all these archetypes play themselves out on the life stage right now, we will ultimately be embodying a very healing medicine and frequency that can maybe and hopefully inspire others to not feel like they have to take a stance on one side or the other. So no matter where you're at or where other people in your life are at right now, to be able to just unconditionally love and accept is key in order to move through to the next phase of our healing. So I've noticed that truth often changes. So for me, for example, 10 years ago or even 6 weeks ago, truth was different for me. So truth is not something that stays the same. Truth is always changing. And that's why it's so important to allow our truth to be our truth, and also permission to change our truth as we get more information and we understand and learn and progress. And while other people are in their phase of their truth, to allow them to have that process will be so helpful, instead of trying to change each other's minds and have somebody, validate our truth. Why don't you see this? Like, how can you possibly believe that, right? And to me, that's, if you're coming from an innocent space, there's nothing to prove. There's nothing to argue about, because you're innocent, and so is the other person. There's an innocence and a neutrality that can ultimately help us see the bigger picture and stand back and watch the game, and then use our energy in the ways that are really actually healing for ourselves and for those that we serve, our families, or if you're in a helping profession, we're all here to help each other get through this. So the mantra I wanted to introduce to you that I've been using is, I am innocence expressing itself. I am innocence expressing itself. And as I feel into that in my body, I feel this calm, this inner calm, almost like a sanctuary that's within my own body. And I can feel it, and it's always a place of respite that I can go at any time. And I would invite you to explore that mantra of I am innocence expressing itself. First, notice if maybe you're triggered by that, like, I don't think so, I think that's weird, or whatever is coming up for you. And then just play with it. Just say it as much as you can, especially when you might feel like you're in duality. If you're feeling like, that person's wrong, or I know I'm right, just practice it. I am innocence expressing itself, and they are innocence also expressing itself. We're all going to the same place. So try that mantra. See, it's really helped me quite a lot. And understanding that through this process, we sometimes have to play out different archetypes in order to heal them. So we've all been a villain, we've all been a victim, we've all been the hero, and there's so many more archetypes I can't even go into, but we've all played it out, and sometimes we have to play it out in order to really feel it and heal it. So also understanding that that's part of the process, and to not judge it, just to unconditionally love it. So I'd like to move into a practice that you can just do if you're seated. It will take about 10 minutes. So if you're able to do it now while you're watching, that's great. And if not, please just come back to it. And also, if you have a piece of paper and pen, At the end, I'm going to give you a little journal prompt that you might take some time after I end this video and just take some time to do some free writing. So if you're wanting to do this with me, go ahead and just find a comfortable position. I won't be standing for this video, but I'll also prompt you to stand if you'd like to, and you can do some bigger movements, okay? So if you're listening now, just find a comfortable position. And just start to notice your breath. Breathing in through the nose, deepening the belly. And exhale out through the nose or the mouth, but allowing the exhale to be longer than the inhale. And with each exhale, imagine that you are being held by gravity, by the earth. With each exhale, you drop more out of your analytical thinking mind space and deepen into your inner landscape of your body. Staying present with your breath, and each exhale, you just begin to come online and really feel what's in your body now. And you can start to do maybe some small movements if you'd like to, or you can use just guided imagery of just scanning from the top of your head all the way down your body. With each exhale, you move your awareness down your body and notice what parts of your body want some attention right now. And sometimes our body speaks to us in lots of different ways. So our body can speak to us with sensation or pain. Oftentimes, that's how it comes up. It often speaks to us through images, colors, or memories. And as you continue to drop deeper into your body awareness, just notice what part of your body wants your attention. And you might place a hand there if you can. Place a hand on that area of your body, or you can just acknowledge it with your mind. And then send your breath there to that area of your body. So breathe into it. And if you feel like standing or doing any larger movements to bring more awareness to this area of your body, please feel free to do that. But breathe into this area, your full attention on that area. Your full presence. And you might ask this area of your body what it wants you to know right now. So your mind might jump in and try and criticize or judge. And if that happens, that's okay. Just invite that part of you to just take a back seat and rest, and then just come back to that area of your body and ask again, what do you want me to know? Listening deeper. And then invite your body to make a position or a gesture that might express what your body wants you to know. So there's no right or wrong to this. We're moving out of duality and just letting the body express itself. So how could you express with your body this message? What does your body want you to know? And so this could look like a hand position. It could look like a body position. So whatever you choose, just stay present with it. Notice what it feels like to stay fully present to your truth in this moment. Not abandoning yourself. Take a deep inhale through your nose. Let it fall out your mouth and just release whatever position you made in your body. And direct your attention just to your heart space for a moment. You might gently tilt the head down, so tucking the chin slightly, kind of like your ears are being pulled upwards to the sky. And you're directing your focus to your heart. And imagine that the heart is doing the breathing for you. So see in your mind's eye your heart inhaling and exhaling. So with each exhale, you soften somewhere. You could soften maybe in the mental body, spiritual body, energetic, or physical body. Just soften the edges somewhere. And bring into your mind's eye an image of innocence. An image of innocence. No right or wrong. And just take a few moments and a few breath cycles to allow this image of innocence to become more clear. And just noticing all the parts, the colors, maybe the textures, the shapes. Notice if it's a memory. All the details of this image of innocence. And notice where in your body you might feel some sensation. So where does this image resonate in your body? So tuning back into your body, and what do you notice? And set the intention now to fully embody this innocence. And use your breath, and you can make a position in your body that might represent innocence. And you can play with that. You can either do it seated, you can stand, but stay with your breath and make a position or a gesture in your body that can represent embodying innocence now. allow yourself to fully embody this, breathe into it, and ask this part of you, this innocent part of you, what do you want me to know right now in my life? What would best support me now? Listening deeper. And staying in this space, setting your intention to stay embodied in this space of innocence. In a moment, I'll instruct you to open your eyes, and if you are able to free write, I would encourage you to continue to write and allow this part of you to speak through you. And a journal prompt could be, I am the innocent, and this is what I want you to know. And then just allow yourself to free write. So when you're ready, you can take a deep breath in through your nose, let it fall out your mouth. Opening the eyes when you're ready. And again, that journal prompt is, I am the innocent, and this is what I want you to know now. And just allow yourself to free write and see what wisdom shows up from your own embodied innocence. Have a beautiful evening.